Hey y'all, this is Ishnai Ciarfox. Welcome to my stream. I took some the vocal stuff, so hopefully I can be able to make it through and actually do the Koopa voice. But yeah, I got major throw up yesterday, and I know my voice sounds awesome right now. I mean, it's not as bad as it could have been, or like how I was today. I mean, earlier today. Hi, Woofy, woof, 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 woof. But yay, I had the honey works amazing along with a few other things, at least to make it sound reasonable for the next however long I can get this through. It's probably going to be ruined by the fact that I'm going to do the Moogle voice, which is why I'm doing it first. I can't believe them Ow! Koopo! Of all the times for trickery, why, if they were here, I'd give it a piece of my... Oh, Ishnai! Once again, fate is working against us. Sometimes it seems as though we can't even lift a single brick without something going wrong. Let's all put our palms together and hopefully find a Oh my god, it hurts. Situation. I'm required to, with Moogles, still to do voice. Just when I had forgotten how entertaining the Moogles' antics could be, this happens. You see, we were expecting a shipment of supplies from the temple. Nights, but the delivery is long overdue. Mogzin suspects foul play. That's right, Koopo! With the Mogmenders busy at Barles, I asked for the Moogles at Ash to help the transport supplies. Unfortunately, I fear they may have hid them, or worse. Our only choice is to find the Moogles in charge and question them ourselves. Give them a good talking to, Mogzin. As leader of the Mogmenders, you must make it clear that we will not tolerate such trickery. It's horrible. Yeah, I know, right? I have faith the supplies will be here at Barlow's for long. Of course, Tarzan! I had a funny name for him, didn't I? Terry? I'll give them a scowling they won't soon forget. Perhaps I'll even make them carry the supplies themselves. Oh, look at him. Off to rebuke an irresponsible Moogle, as a father would a disobedient child. However, as we were expecting a good many crates, another pair of young strapping legs could carry them certainly would not help. Go and assist him what should he require it. I mean, I did carry a bunch of dead bodies, of my, scions to the death wagon thing. Bring out your dead. Ugh. Already the Moogle voice is gonna ruin me. Mog Mailer. You must be that adventurer who's helping the Mogmenders. I'm terribly sorry for hiding the supplies, Koopo. Couldn't help myself. It's like there's some other Moogle living inside my palm, and he maybe hide them there, and over there, and down there. Ishnai, what are you doing here? Did Terry send you to accompany me again? You really must learn to let me handle my own affairs, Koopo. Look here, I gave this Moogle of such a verbal thrashing that he's agreed to show me where he hid the supplies. Even forsaken trickery for good. Completely and utterly contrite he is. I don't fucking believe him. Alas, I'd rather not spend my time reprimanding others. There's still so much to be done at Barlas. But lately, I felt that no matter how many hours we labor, we're never getting closer to completion. But worry not, Ishnai. I have no intention of giving up, Koopo. One blow at a time, we'll chisel our way at Barlas until Barley. It's Barley now. Until the glory of its past is restored. For now, I suppose I should see to the inevitable task of collecting the rest of the supplies, Ishnai. I know there's much more important matters demanding your attention, but could you deliver this crate to Barley? With any luck, we'll see each other again shortly. My Moogle voice is giving up. Now show me where you're hiding them. Quickly, there's no time to waste, Koopo. I'm trying. I have to use Moogle voice for Moogles. It's written in the contract of me doing Moogle voices. You have returned, and sooner than I expected. Is Mogson not with you? Crate of supplies sent by the yeah. These are certainly the supplies we ordered. How kind of Mogson to shoulder the burden of finding the rest. While he's occupied, there's a matter I'd like to discuss with you. As you've doubtless noticed, Mogson has been an admirable crafter in his own right. In fact, the zeal in which each and every Mogmender approaches their work has not been short of astonishing. However, despite their best efforts, their progress leaves something to be desired. Curious as to why, I observed the Mogmenders at work, and one thing that struck me was the feebleness of their blows. Now, this is not fault of the Muggles, and it's not due to laziness that they strike so lightly. No, I believe the tools are to blame. The Muggles cannot grip their tools firmly, and they do not have our theory arms. Tools made for us are entirely unsuitable for them, but what if we were to furnish them with tools akin to their etheric energy? Which brings us to supplies. But then we shall make a wind-aspected tools, which I believe the Mogmenders will be able to swing mightily as we swing our own tools. I'll give you the honor of helping me craft the first one. Yay. I ask that you craft a hammerhead. Kinky. I procured the material known as Arium Regis. It's possessed of superior ethereal conductivity. Use it to make a well-balanced head so the tool is not as clumsy as our furry friend's paws. Before you begin, however, bring the crate of supplies to Mock Mule. As always, you're free to take whatever you feel is necessary to complete your task. Tools make the Moogle. Tools maketh the man. Oh, over there.
The others think I have the easiest job at Mogmenders, but they're wrong. Have you ever flapped your wings in place for hours on end? No? Then you have no idea how hungry it makes you, Kupo. But I must do my duty. What supplies do you require this time? I have to.
Drink a lot more. Kratos. Yep. Parched throat. Yay.
So these are the errant supplies. Any Kupo nuts? I thought not. In that case, feel free to take anything you need.
I am on Goldsmith. No, we're already finished? Damn. I have made shiny. Are you finished already? Of course, I expect only the most superb craftsmanship from you. You should not. Ah, yes, this is a masterpiece. Of that there is no doubt. But now we only need to take what I've made and look, Ishnai, have you seen a hammer so mighty, so majestic, so miniature? There's nothing like crafting something so fine with your own hands. Of course, I could not have done it without you, my friend.
Ishnai, Terry, have you returned? With all the missing supplies, no less. What does that smell? Have you been crafting?
Indeed we have, my dear Mogzen. Special present for our favorite Mogmender. I believe you will be most pleasantly surprised.
Oh, I'm not falling for that again. I still remember the taste of disappointment when I bit into those fake Kupo nuts. Is it this time Leather Cloud Mauve? Is that you too? Perhaps you're telling the truth after all. Very well, show me your present. And just in case, I shall gird my palm for the worst.
My half-assed Moogle voice right now.
This hammer, it's different from the others.
Both Ishnai and I poured our hearts and souls. Yes. Hearts and souls. So I hope you're able to make good use of it. I believe this hammer and other tools like it will bring a marked improvement to the Mogmender's work. How does it feel, Mogzen?
It's so light and fits my paws perfectly. Or are those other tools just for practice? Why, I feel as though I could chip away at stone all day and night, Kupo!
I'm full glad to hear that. Truth be told, I know that you and the other Mogmenders were growing frustrated at your lack of progress. With this, I believe you're able to produce work of the speed and quality I know you're capable of.
I apologize. You shouldn't have to go to such lengths in our account. Nonetheless, you have my thanks and every thanks of every Mogmender.
That is why we're here, is it not? To teach you and yours all we know, so that one day you might repair the Zenith without guidance from a doddering old fool. So there's no need to thank us, much less apologize. We shall be content to see you produce grand works.
And so we shall, Kupo! I dare say this moment marks a new age for the Mogmenders.
Power up! Oh, you should power it up. We all do it. Thanks to your efforts, the Moogles have brand new tools to work with. Continuing to assist the Mogmenders to see repairs to barley is completed. Bum, 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 bum. I'm not going to be able to take the 3 additional ones since I have 3 tribe quests that I want to do. I'm going to start the... Yay. Since I now have something at 70, which is the blacksmith, I'm going to start the dwarf quest. I'm going to ignore the Quinari one so that I could do the thing, and then we're also going to do the Namazu. All the crafting ones. Except for the... I do have the crafting ones in Realms Reborn ready, but fuck that right now. See about the dwarf one. I, of course, need to see if I can get... Fuck. One second. Okay. Pull up the... Fully Yuppies. Allied Society. We are looking for... Dwarf. Let's complete its dwarf in time. Fine. Plot completed by Run at the Rescue.
Hi, Saburo!
Guess I have to. Gotta do this answer. What was the Village of Woe? I'm trying to figure this out. Run it to the rescue. I hate this. Oh, I have to still do. Talos interrupted. Shit ton of stuff, apparently. Not gonna make this easy on me.
Yes, interrupted.
Duties, here's to accept Ludwig's. I'm grateful to have you with me, Ishnai. Thank you again. I came back after how many months? Salut. I believe that you have more tasks for me? I'm still here, are you? Yes, tasks. There's a talus of mine that's taking far too long to make its return. Perhaps busy tussling with some dim-witted predator. Go and see how it fares and chase off anything slowing it down. But all the... You mean... That Talos. Pray, follow my lead, Ishnai. We'll find the Talos in question to the southwest of here. And I have no doubt there will be plenty of dim-witted predators aplenty for you to deal with. I'm sure of it. In fact, I'd be disappointed if it wasn't. Here's the Talos he's talking about. I think it was something's made a nest in there. Something? Something hostile. Yes, hostile. Very hostile.
Squirrel!
Looks fine. Phew, I'm glad you were here. They must have burrowed in beneath the plates. I know he implied the Talus was still moving, but as you can see... Once upon a time, there was a line of these contraptions hauling materials down to the shipyard, step by ponderous step, which incidentally is how the slow road supposedly earned its name. But after Dahlia's Stoneworks closed down some 15 summers ago, there was no one left to go and maintain their creations. One by one, the Taluses slowly fell into disrepair. Good that we know, the original, family owner of it. This one particular worker is damaged during that strike Eater Rampage, and it hasn't shifted an ilm since. It was always his favorite. Sai. It's always Sai's favorite. Come, let us make a report. Kitty. Sai, Sir Ishnai's cleared away the pests who were bothering your Talos. It should be left alone for the time being. Ah, excellent news, but I expect you'll need a good polishing when he returns. The most troublesome ones are often the most enduring, eh? Oh, sir? You've done me a fine service, thank you. Indeed, thank you, Ishnai. I could never have fought such creatures myself. If I might impose upon you for the next task as well, I am guessing, yes. Complete the last of it. Thank you again for staying. I honestly could not do this without you. Most people couldn't, actually. Sai, sir, was there any more tasks you had for us? One last thing. I want you to gather some pretty flowers from the split hole as a gift for my darling wife. She went out for her usual walk, but has not deigned to come home. I fear I may have said something to sour her mood. She's dead. I understand. We shall gather a lovely bouquet for her then. Well, Ishnai, will you come with me to the Cape for some flower picking? She's dead, isn't she? She's dead. I keep forgetting my voice cannot do those sounds, and I still proceed to do them anyways. I mean, that's the whole point of forgetting. That. It's almost pleasant, isn't it? Aside from the aggressive wildlife, of course, it tends to be, yes. I should tell you about Sai's wife. She was killed in the Eater incident, although I imagine you already suspected as much. They made such a sweet couple. Every day we would walk this cape, hand in hand. And she would gaze over the flowers with this warm, content smile. Sai himself had some training as a warrior. He would guard her as if she were a princess, and her gallant knight. Oh, I'm so sorry, it's just... But wounds of the heart are slow to mend. That they are, and simply having someone there to share the grief can carry us through another day. It's been but a year, and we're still suffering. Some seek to bury the misery beneath cherry faces, and others are yet trapped in the memories of the past. Sai, I fear, is one of the latter. But if a bouquet of flowers is what it takes to help him work through his sadness, then I'll pick every bloom in this... Please don't. Will you give me a hand and find some of the prettiest flowers? Pray think of it as a tribute to the deceased. Say, there has to be some flowers left, you know, to keep spawning flowers. That's how they reproduce. Kinda. Yeah, actually. You know, pollen. She's the ones with the brightest petals. Those are the kind she loved best, I think. I don't think. Can't you tell? Or when I do think it's a bad idea. Or it's a good idea, I just, you know, actually execute it badly. Let's see what we have. Yes, these are beautiful. Thank you. Sai will be pleased. Let's take them back to the Stone Gazer before they get crushed in some scuffle. Why did it hit that button? I'm not sick. I don't know what you're talking about. I remember how buttons work. You remember how buttons work. We all remember how buttons work, right? Right? Only could start over. Start that day over. Uh huh. You made it, and the flowers are none the worse for wear. Sai, Ishnai and I have returned with a bouquet for your wife. Ah, splendid, thank you. Now perhaps she'll come... Sniff. She'll come back to... Sob. Sir? Ulysses, forgive me. I have asked such cruel things of you. I must apologize to you as well, Ishnai. My beloved, my dear neighbors, so many gone. After it happened, my despair became my only company. I could not even save my closest friends when his torment was plain for all to see. I could never forgive myself, so I embraced this delusion, thinking that maybe if I tried hard enough, if I truly believed they were still alive, the events of that day would fade away like nightmare it was. But I've only succeeded in hurting those around me. I understand why you did what you did, sir. Truly I do. You always were such a sweet child. I will place the flowers you brought on her grave. She would have loved them. As for me assuming the role of mayor, I'm sorry, but I cannot give you a decision just yet. Take as long as you need. In fact, I might need a little time to recover myself. Ishnai, could you give me a moment or two? I've been giving you a moment or two for a while now. White for the job. Thank you for your patience, Ishnai. Sai still appears to be wrestling with his thoughts. Perhaps we can help him come to a decision. Social pressure. Social pressure. Sir, I don't mean to press you, but might you have arrived at an answer to my proposal? No, not exactly, no. There's another matter I have yet to reconcile. Would you mind sharing this matter with us? Well, it goes back to the day the Eater attacked the village. I was taking my turn to look at here at Stonegazer. It's a duty we take very seriously when they say the tower was originally built. In the time before the flood, they were worried about dwarves and mountain bandits, but these days... Yes, there are far worse things prowling around, and I failed to spot it. The senior which came that day did not appear as the other monstrosities I have seen. From a distance, it simply looked like a person, and I wanted to be sure before I rang the warning bell, but I waited too long, and many who could have fled died because of my hesitation. How could a man of such faulty judgment ever serve you as mayor? What comfort can I offer those loved ones who were needlessly slain? None. Not while the abomination itself yet roams free to kill again. I mean, I've killed... there are very little left. Unless those are under the, in the deep dungeons thing. You and Grayson's killed it? You slew, yes. The vengeance is be done. I thank you. Right thanks you. I can scarcely believe it. You avenged the souls of our people, my father. And here I have been dragging you across this countryside like a common guardsman. I mean, it happens. Too much. Well, sir, you heard Ishnai's words. Talk of vengeance aside, I do not believe the villagers, either living or dead, hold you responsible for the actions of that monster. Yet I cannot fault you for wanting to remain distant. Pray forgive me for pestering you so. Nay, it is I who should beg for forgiveness. Though you've lost as much as anyone, I left you to shoulder the burden of leadership alone. All will be well with you back among us again. Come, let us return to the village. As I've said, it's unsafe to linger out here for too long. No, it's fine. I am here. Pray return. Yeah, I know, right? Ishnai, one last escort back to right, if you would. My thanks for your protection, Ishnai, not to mention your unfailing patience. I mean, I had to explain before, like, earlier on one of the raids I was doing was World of Darkness, and I literally had to explain every raid mechanic because they kept on failing at it because there were so many newbies in it. So I have very good patience. And the thing is, the poor healer. There's one poor healer for our alliance because the other healer decided to fucking nope out and DC so that we couldn't, get another healer in. And the new people I don't think understood how to kick. Remember, but it was fine. I didn't mind explaining. And I was happy they actually listened for once. And I felt like I was back to World of Warcraft being a guild leader and doing raid leads. Yay. But thanks for your protection. It's my hope that now Sai has unburdened his mind to us, his heart will be tiniest bit lighter. I, for one, feel ready to face another day. After all, I have my friends and neighbors here to help me face it. There's one last thing wanted to show you, both you and Sai. It has to do with Wright's traditional industry. You're interested in taking a look. Oh good, I was worried you'd had enough of me. My last errand for you, then, would be to have a word with Sai and bring him to the barley fields in front of the village. Funny how I made the barley joke, the Moogle thing. We'll be there tending to the crops until you arrive. Ishnai, I'm grateful for your understanding and the flowers you brought. My wife would have very much approved the selection. Now, was there something you wish to discuss with me? And Eunice wants me there as well, does she? We best head over to the fields then. How long has it been since I've set foot in these fields? This is I wanted to show you. This barley crop right here. This was your father's plot, wasn't it? You've been tending it in his absence? Every single day. I wanted to see his plans come true. His plans? Yes, he dreamed of restoring things to how the history books said they once were, before the flood ruined everything. Our village has long been known as a place of artisans. Even the name Wright is a nod to all the craftsmen who once made their home here. In the years gone by, it said a line of Talos would stretch down the road, arms bearing lumber, and the shipyard would echo with the calls of shipwrights hard at work. And when the day was done, they would gather here to share ale in the village. My father, he hoped to brew that traditional Wright ale with the barley from this crop, to one day tap a barrel with his family and dear friends and raise a toast to the near future. Oh, wow. Luck is deciding to fuck you over today, isn't it? What did you do to piss off Luck so bad? Or fate? Sai, Ishnai, would you raise a mug with me when that day comes? Of course I will. Oh, she got jelly. Got it. Ah, but my dear girl, the land here does not nourish the crops as it once did. I fear it may be some time ere you have barley fit for the ale you have in mind. In the meantime, will you help the rest of Cliffle's plans? The rest? He wanted things the way they once were, did he not? Then you must recover from the tragedy which was visited upon us. There is no simple solution, but I mean, to do what I can to lead our community out of this mire of pain and grief. Well, I mean, I did save the first. Assuming you're still willing to have me as mayor. Yes, of course, sir. Thank you. Oh, even worse, ouch. I was set to live out the rest of my days and my life in denial, but you and Ulius have opened the eyes of this old fool what needs to be done. And for that, you have my thanks. Can I have your money as well? Now, we best get to work. I have folk to talk to and plans to make. When you're finished here, Ulius, I appreciate your assistance. Look, I'm too sick to actually make up stupid names, so if I made up stupid names for them and I don't remember, Well, Ishnai, I think this is where we finally part ways. Thank you again for all you've done for us. People of right will go on, even under the weight of our sorrow. It might not happen this day or the next, but together we'll find a way to make things better, to recapture the prosperity of this village once again. Look forward to when you next visit. With any luck, I'll be waiting to put a frothing mug of bright brewed ale in your hand. Is almost a friend a part of it? I am so almost a yeah, it is. And I
We go back and forth, baby. Back and forth.
almost a friend? Me? Almost a friend? I don't know. This is the social anxiety one, isn't he? You're staying around then. Not that I care. I don't remember what I was doing a Scottish accent. Excuse me. I hear. Oh God, me doing a Scottish accent with this. But since you're here, I might as well show you one of my favorite automa. Automa. I present to you the invincible, the unstoppable. I'm gonna jump through accents so much. Unstoppable Megasonic Frog Boy. He might not look like much different from the other models, but I've upgraded him with some new features I've invented. Behold, please don't shoot me. Lalio! Lalio! Ho ho. Ugh. You only need to say one law. Ugh, you only need to say one law. Well, pretty amazing, huh? I've had sexy, the robot women talk to me. Hey, what was that? What's that look for? Oh, I see. You're thinking he can create some overgrown toy just fine, but he's too scared to talk to actual people. You just don't understand me. I don't understand myself. Do you really think I can understand others? You just don't understand me. Bzz, 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 bzz. Is he about to kill himself? I mean, unalive himself, the toy? I've got bigger things to worry about than minding my manners. You help me out with my stuff, though, and maybe I'll forgive you for underestimating me. Just one more time. Just this one time, though. So I need you to take this call to Zilmut. She's one of the village elders, Our automaton is due for some fuel. Due for some fuel. As I get stuck in the wall. Lolly ho! You must be the visitors Amma was talking about. What can this old lady do for you? Oh ho! On a little errand for Ronit, are you? That's nice. I can't get around like I used to. What with this bent back of mine? Would you mind feeding the colt straight into the diligent spirit there? We're giving it coke. Where's the lot in have you? Thank you, dear. You're as kind as our old Ronit. When he heard about how my back was giving me trouble, the young lad went and hammered together my old oddly named heifer here. Our lady goes by when he doesn't stop past to see if it's working properly. Aye, he's a surly boy, but his heart's in the right place. He's autistic. It's just a pity he handles his failures with frustration. If he persevered with his greeting instead of lashing out, I'm sure he'll be capable of a lovely lally-ho. Actually, I'm surprised he even asked you to bring me my fuel. I've never known him to do that before. Not with anyone. Well, autistic people seem to, group together with our craziness. I've got a feeling you'll be the one to get through to him, lass, so be patient, if you can. Thanks for the delivery. You delivered the coral to Zimot, then? Mott. Wait, she didn't say anything strange about me, did she? Oh, she just did, the old grandma thing. Anyways, thanks for the help. Maybe you and I can be friends after all. Maybe I said to Sundry. Practice greeting. Oh, this means we're friends now, right? Yes. That it does. That's good, then. I just never had a friend before. I'm not sure where to go from here. Same. I mean, I've had friends. What do I do with friends? I was wondering, though, why did your mother bring you to see me? It was all her idea. Is that why you're being so nice to me? I guess even if that were true, you've no less of good sort for agreeing to it. He. I know my mother worries about me being all alone all the time, but I can't even talk with her without getting defensive. How does she expect me to get along with anyone else? Sounds like a you problem. You've met a lot of folk on the road, haven't you? If you've got some tricks to help me talk to the other villagers, I'd like to hear them. This might be the longest conversation I've had in a while. It must be because we're friends now, eh? A dwarf needs a good lally-ho. Aye, in that case, I'll need your help after all. I don't think I can stand to have anyone else watching over me. Aha, you do have one of the best lolly-hos I've ever seen, so with your guiding me, maybe I have a chance to improve. But I can't skip straight to greeting people, and spending time with my automata has caused me troubles in the past. Nope, my only option now is monsters, preferably ones shaped like a person. I can provide that. Come then, I'm off to find me new practice partner. That sounds like a stupid idea, but let's go! Maybe if he's so afraid of the monster, he will be less afraid to say lally-ho in front of a, human. Is that his thinking? Is this what's it called? Type of therapy by which you keep dealing with it over and over again? Since it I don't remember. That twitchy lad there should do the trick. As long as I don't make myself a threat, he shouldn't have a reason to attack us. You there, 2 legs. Look at me while I'm talking to you. Wait, that's not right. The greeting. The greeting. Got to practice the greeting. Lally. My hands are shaking. Lally. Hey, you big lump of useless golem garbage. Oops. I didn't mean it. I'll take the garbage bit back. This is not part of the plan. No, it's not part of the plan, but it's fucking hilarious. Alright. Sit. It's fine. So, I'm sorry. I've made a mess of things. Damn it all into the deepest mine shaft. Why can't I do it? I'm a bloody dwarf, ain't I? You're thinking too hard about it, sweetie. Rally his spirits. Rally ho! I believe in you. I believe in you. Do one punch here and another punch there. Punch the problems out of you. You can't after me. You really are a kind soul, aren't you? I'm used to being used, yes. I am still kind of a prickly sort, but I do dream of helping other villagers with my smithing skills, just like the great Watts did. It's just that I've spent my whole life tinkering with the automata instead of learning how to speak to folk. I've always been awkward. Same. Exposure therapy, that's it. Oh, sorry. And that got worse when I realized people were avoiding me. It made me angry, made me throw up walls and shut others out. Then it wasn't long before no one would come near me anymore. Soon you'll have to leave too, and then I'll be all alone again. I mean, there are people out there willing to give you a chance. You still trying to help me? I am the bleeding heart soul kind of person. I suppose I could give it another try. A clumsy lally-ho might be better than no lally-ho at all. Right, me mind's made up. I can do this. Be a dwarf I need to be. You'll be there with me though, right? Yes. Yes, I will. Will my voice be there with you? Who knows? I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm going back to that village to give them my best lally-ho. You are coming with me, aren't you? Ain't you? Oh, good. I'll start with one of my friendlier folk. Here we go. You know which one's friendlier? Affable. Aye, what can you feel as? Even goblins on it. Are you mad at me or something? I can't give up yet. Maybe someone quieter. Gently now. You're doing fine. It'll just take 3 times. You'll fuck up this time, and then the final time, you'll do just fine. Good that you've got him cornered. What do you want with me? The lolly. Eek! I give it back, Ronit. I swear, I don't have your hammer. My nerves keep getting the best of me. Maybe I should stick to the No, I can do this. I cannot let you down after all you've done for me. I can do it. Yes, you can. We get over here. Third time's the charm. Hello, young Ronit. Was there something you need? Lally. Ugh. Be the dwarf you want to be. Lally ho. I'm not gonna scream that. Lally ho. Lally ho. Now that's what I call a grating, dear. Well done. I never heard a lally ho like that before, Ronit. You damn near dumped me off my feet. I almost thought you were gonna strike old Zimot there. How ridiculous. Our Ronit would never do such a thing. He's a bit excitable, I'll grant you, but those angry words don't speak for their sweet heart. Who'd you think dreamed up and built my awful automaton here? It's even strong enough to carry me should I need it. Now, Ronit, you've gone to show us what you can do. How about you give a nice greeting to those good folk as well? Lally ho! Lally ho, Ronit. I fear I may have misjudged you. Lally ho! A good greeting is so reassuring, and here I thought you didn't like me. No, or me. If you got the time, I'd like to see the plans for that helper you built. An automaton strong enough to carry a full-grown dwarf. Incredible. Of course, I don't dislike any of you, and I'll be glad to share how I built my inventions. That's a promise, then. We'll be seeing you on it. My little boy is growing up. Sniff, sniff. I can't believe it. Good for you, dear. I think a little gratitude toward your friend here might be in order, Now, if you'll excuse me, this old lady has things to do and nary enough time to do them in. Did you see that? I heard it. I greeted people properly, and they greeted me back. Folk want to talk to me for the first time in my life, and it's all thanks to you. Oh, you may come and meet my mother again, so I can introduce her to my friend. Ba 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 ba. I've never seen so happy. Felt so happy. Oh, hello you two. Lally ho. Lally ho. Well, polish my helm and shine my horns. Ronit, you've learned to give a proper greeting. Yeah, nothing to it. I had a little help from my friend, though. Well, well. What did I tell you, eh? I knew you'd be a good influence on my Ronnet. You've done what for him what his own mother couldn't, and for that I'm deeply thankful. I'd never thought I'd see the day. Aye, it's the oddest thing. After I managed the first lily hole, the next one came easier. And now I never want to stop. Please, no. Well, I'm guessing you've got places to be. Just be sure to come back and visit sometime. Not that I'll be lonely or anything. To Sundere. See you soon, Ishnai! The accent went nowhere. Alright. On it to the rescue. Pleased to see you. I haven't left. Ishnai, I was hoping you'd come back to see me. Hehe, lally-ho. After you left, I said lily-ho to every soul I could find. Now the whole village has started talking to me. A couple of lads are even helping me invent some new automata. I'm well on my way to becoming the most famous smithy in Torma. But if I am truly legendary blacksmith, there's just one thing I'm missing. A good drop of grog. It ain't that Thomas brewers are bad, but if I could get my hands on some extra fine fermented beverage, then I reckon my work will really take off. Yes, alcoholism. So any ideas where I find a good barrel of the good stuff? Right, Hale. And this drink once put the village on the map, eh? Well then, I best take my trip down the cliff and have a chat with their leader. You coming with me, ain't ya? No. Anyways, teleport down here. Drink. A dwarf visitor. How unusual. Feels like everyone's staring at me. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. I already forgot the accent. Well, look who it is. Ishnai, how wonderful to see you again. I'm just, creating, social circles, connecting people, Since your last year, I've been officially appointed as mayor of Wright. As such, my days have grown busy with visiting neighboring settlements to reacquaint myself with the region's politics. My old bones protested at the exercise, not to say of the strain upon my rusty facilities. Speaking of visits, I see you've arrived with a companion. I brought it to Torma village. Don't think just because I'm smaller than you that... I mean... Lally-ho! Lally-ho? Oh, I've heard of this. This is a traditional elven greeting, is it not? I see. Well, let us not ignore the customs of our guest. Ahem. Lally-ho? Lally-ho? Hehehe, not bad. For first timers, not bad at all. Everyone's happy when their lolly-ho gets a lolly-ho. Says you! Now let's see that barrel of your tastiest grog. I beg your pardon? I'm not sure I follow. Well, I'm afraid we're still struggling to improve the fertility of the land itself, as yet we're not able to grow barley of sufficient quality and quantity to brew ale for which we were once famous. It's a matter of trial and error at this point. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Here I am. What's with the sour faces? You just need something to liven up the soil, am I right? You got some experience with cultivating fields, Master on it? Not actually, but I might be able to help all the same. Come on, Ishnai, let's make a quick trip back to Toma. Toma. I have no idea what Master Ronit's plans might be, but with you involved, we can at least rest easy that not bad will come of them. I don't know why I have the accent for you again, because I'm forgetting who I'm giving the accent. My voice. Yeah, I think about a 2-hour stream is about as much as my voice can handle right now, which is saying something for somebody who does so many hour streams. Visiting with young Ronit? Are ye? About time you showed up. See, I remembered something Zomot told me about once. Zomot, can you tell me about the story about Amity again? The bit about trading goods. The villagers of Wright are having trouble growing crops in their scratchy fields, and I wanted to do something to help. You're thinking about the rock phosphates that we used to trade to Ilmore. Rock phosphate? That's the fertilizer, is it? Aye, crushed into small bits and you can spread it over a field to enrich the soil. But the old seam was dried out years ago, and I've not heard we've come across another. That sounds perfect. You know, aside from there not being any left, no one kept... Just need to stop having the accent. Kept the stockpile then. Well, they might still have a chunk or two over in Abbotty. That's where the old trading house used to stand. New to Grand and all. Right, to Abbotty I go. I suppose you best you come along. Yeah, 'cause I know everybody. That boy's come a long way in a short time. I've got idea why. But it's lucky to have you as a friend. I am a protagonist, yes. Amity resident. Not... No, that's a Thal, if I'm not mistaken. Seriously? Right. Lullyho! Well, if there is one of the Thals come to visit, I find Lullyho to you, sir. I've come look for rock phosphate. I just need a handful, assuming we've got any. The yellow fertilizer stuff? I had reckoned we have some stashed away sometime. Right, you'll find a hook of it hiding in one of old trading crates. Go ahead, take a handful if that's all you want. I could just have it? That's very kind of you. Doesn't understand the value of it. Phew, I'm glad you were here. Still a bit nervous greeting outsiders. Anyways, let's go crack open these crates. Keep an eye out for anything yellow and lumpy. Better than yellow and watery, I guess. If that hunk of phosphate, so wherever they be, you wouldn't be sentient. If yellow suit appears to match. First time's a charm. Any luck on your end? Aye, just look at that color. This has to be the stuff. I've got a good sample size. I can build an automaton to snuff out to use steams of phosphate. This will be one of my best adventures yet. But I'm throwing that together. I need you to head back to Wright and tell these folks to meet me at the west side of Toma. I'm sure everything's assembled before you arrive. We go back and forth, baby. Back and forth.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
no claims of this. I want to know you appreciate all you've done. Mineral fertilizer, you say? That name does sound vaguely familiar. Experimented with all matter of compost over the years. Been willing to try anything to rejuvenate our fields. I wonder if another seam of this precious rock could still be found. We can put our faith in Master on it. Come, let us not be late for our meeting.
Hey, stretch. All the stretching.
Ba 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 ba. Why do we have to do it outside of town? Or is this where the rock is? This doesn't look, like we're doing something illegal. Oh, good. I've just finished testing my new bottle. Behold the mineral finding marvel that is the Orhand Ogre. Such a colorful name. And this contraption is meant to sniff phosphate for us, is it? Hee hee, just see it out and see? Kitty, what are you doing? Bzz, bzz, bzz. Click, sensors activated. Is that what I think it is? Astounding, you invented a servant to not only track down rock phosphate, but also cart it back out and back. How do you accomplish such a feat? You learn a two thing when you aim to be the best blacksmith in this village has ever saw. I thought that trembling bundle of bolts would lead me to you, young Donnet. The elder. I see you must be Chief Zamat. I am Sai, Mayor, right. Master Ronnet here was just... No need to explain. Zamat already told me everything. It seems you've been working your beard thin for right folk in their harvesting woes, eh? A fine example of Thol diligence. Oh, they're called Thals. Oh, wait, no, there's two different... There's Thal and Thal. I think there's two different clans. Master Ronnet, we are truly grateful for the lengths of which you've gone to assist us in our hour of need. Now, hold on to the moment. I was only doing this so I could get some fine ale to drink. Ale? You're too young to drink, you snot-nosed stripling. What's wrong with admitting you were just trying to help? Chief Zama, you can't say it straight out like that. I'm building an image here. With your permission, Chief Zamat, should like to take this rock phosphate back to our village. You have our promise we shall put it to good purpose, and one day return the favor with our best barrel of right ale. That's a deal I can get behind. Aye, it's high time we Thals reopened trade with our neighbours. Hee hee, just leave the delivery to me. But first you need to speak with my friends and build a few more ore hounds. Did you hear that, sir? Instead of Talos, we'll soon have a line of rolling into village. Once more, you have shown us the path forward. That is the only thing I must thank you for. I don't think I've enjoyed such heartfelt laugh in many a moon. Blessed that you came into our lives and changed our fate for the better. This kindness will not be forgotten. As You could say much the same. I'm still alone with my automata if you hadn't come along when you did. And all them folk who gave me wary frowns are great to me with a smile. And I do my best to head off. If I'm to be known as Master Run, it's the greatest blacksmith who ever lived. I've still got plenty of work to do. I'll be seeing you, Ishnai. Should open the quest line for hopefully the dwarf. Bum bum bum.
Papa.
Far from home by Tomian standards. What am I missing? Oh, Darium. I'm a stupid bobo, here I go. Or not. So it is the first. Let's go for another mother. Oh, I need to change to the disciple dance. That's why. I'm a big bag of stupid. Woohoo! No, those are for. I actually was correct where I was. Nope. It's orphan time. There. Ba, 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 ba. Huh. That's unexpected to say the least. All by himself, I can see the ending well. Fucker, my beard, she scared the life out of me. Yeah. For a moment, I thought you were a hobgoblin. See, it was you being so far from Toma has got me jumping at shadows. Hold on, I know you. No, we all look the same. Don't worry. You're the one who's been helping run it? As for me, my name is Gridgit. I forgot to introduce myself before, but I was there when that off lad gave his first proper laddie ho. What, you don't remember me? In all fairness, the fact you cover your head from head to toe in identical outfits does make it a little difficult to tell one dwarf from the next. Well, they have their ways and we have our own. Anyways, wonderful to see you again, Ishnai. Riget just asked us for directions. I almost forgot about that. Actually, I was on my way to, what was it called? Crystal Town? No, that's not it. Ugh, it has something to do with crystals. Ugh, why can't I remember the sodding name? You see, Ronit is nowhere to be found. He did leave a note behind in Torma, though. Yes, the letter? I have it right here. To whomever it may concern, I'm off to the Crostarium to find my first and best friend, Ishnai. If the chief asks where I've gone, just make something up. The one will take care of my work, so he has no reason to complain. Oh, and don't forget to feed them while I'm away. With cold, that is. Bye. That's what it says, anyways. That boy must have mastered the fine art of a good old-fashioned lolly-ho. That won't make it very far in Cristaria, or whatever it's called. Yes, even if the opening pleasantries go as planned, it's what comes after that matters the most. He'd be the first to admit that polite conversation is exactly his forte. I mean, some of the people at the Crystarium, that's the same. Since he went there for looking for Ishnai, maybe the two of you could go find him before he gets into or causes any trouble. Everybody knows me there. That reminds me. Will Ronit be away lead to any difficulties in the rock phosphate for log arrangement between our village? The Orehound's ogre he built seems to be going about its work as normal, even without him here to operate. I didn't have to have a southern. I mean, the accent for him. Alright, it settles then. We're off to find Ronit, though I probably point out this is actually the first time I've gone more than a mile or so outside of Torma. I'm counting on you, so please try and keep the mishaps and misadventures to a bare minimum. I don't think you understand my position as main protagonist. Not that I'm scared, mind you. Ho ho, not one bit. Ahem. Without any further ado, let's make haste for Cristoforium. I wish you both safe journeys to the Crystarium. You weren't gonna, teach him the right way of saying it, were you? So now we go to the Crystarium. Mean. Oh, the other thing I was gonna do was get further in the... Yeah. The, cosmic stuff. Really? Okay. It really is up. Okay. Should've gone launch. I've never seen so many people in one place. Unfortunately, not one of them is our errant engineer. Where could he be? Wouldn't be surprised if he's whimpering in some corner, wishing he'd never come here. With all these big folk rocking around, he's probably scared one of them would trip him over. Well, slap my ass and call me a puka. You're the second honest-to-God dwarf I've seen this morning. Really? So who is the where's the first? Over at the mean? Playing hide-and-seek by the looks of it. Or maybe he was just lost? That's him. It's got to be. Come on, Ishnai. Let's go nab him before he runs off again. Now we can teleport down to the crystal. So this is the mean A. For the name, I thought it'd be scowling faces, but they're all quite friendly. Mean is average. Anyways, where did Ronnet go to? Average or the middle. Within a bunch of lots. Ah, found him. He's not crying. So many of them, so sudden and tall. I wish Ishnai were here. Ishnai, detected. Ishnai! It's fine. Oi, watch it, short arse. So, when you heard that Ishnai was staying in the Crystarium, you came here looking for her? That's quite a journey for one so young. You think theater's easy? Starting conversations was hard. Every time I try and give someone a good fashion ole ho, they look at me like I'm daft or something. Never mind all that. You found Ishnai in the end. Or she found you, more like it, come to think of it. Why were you looking for her in the first place? It's simple, really. I always thought Ishnai was just, I don't know, helpful traveler or some such. But the chief tells me she's a hero who risked her life and limb to save the world. Among other things. When I heard it, I thought that it was only right to do the same. Trouble is, I'm not sure where to start. I'm not going back to the tournament until I find a way to prove myself. It's not going to happen. You're equal. But I'm not much of a fighter. There's many other ways I can help in the need. Because unlike the rest of my village, who can't think beyond their next pint of ale, I've got dreams, ambitions. You're also underage, so you can't drink. No, there's nothing wrong with me with a well-earned drink or 10 after a hard day's work. That's beside the point. How can you hope to compete with someone like Ishnai? You can't. You might be known as the greatest warrior the world's ever seen. But there's one thing I can do better than you, and that's crafting, for now. Actually, I've been known to dabble in the artistry myself. What? You must be joking. No, there's a surprise. Had I known sooner, I'd have asked you to come help around the mean. If you ever spare a moment to come and see me, I have all sorts of tasks lined up for a master craftswoman. Seriously, trust me to make friends with one of the most annoying people who's good at everything. I suppose there's no need to make it a competition, though. Why don't we, what's the word? Cooperate. There might be someone around here who needs our help. How about you, miss? Got anything that needs mending? Or maybe one of my patented? With what office? Automata that can carry out a few menial tasks. Where to begin? We received a report a few days ago that a caravan of merchants being attacked by roving sin eaters not far from Sullen. While they were able to escape without any casualties, they had no choice but to abandon almost all the produce they were transporting. I fear it's only a matter of time until it happens again. Is there anything you could do? Sin eaters, bugger that. This fetchel mechatoad might come in handy. A few extra spiky bits should do the trick. It's like I thought. Might be more than that. I'll need somewhere to use a workshop to carry out some modifications. You mean to say that you build these yourself? It certainly is imposing. In a way, only 3-wheeled mechanical frogs can be. No, that's a fine compliment if I've ever heard one, I think. This is an example of dwarven engineers that was lovely crafted by young Runnit here. He's a descendant of the great smith Watts, and well on his way to becoming the pride of Torma himself. Yes, judging by the quality of the work, I can see why. In fact, I have a proposal. If you're willing to lend us your expertise, we can arrange a space for you to use as a workshop. Really? When I say space, that's essentially all there is. We've planned to build a storehouse near the Osel Imperative, but we had to divert our resources elsewhere. It was never completed. Seems to me like it'd be good to put to use. After all, a friend of Ishnai's is a friend of ours. It's very generous of you to, miss. I'll turn that place into a first-class workshop and 2 shakes of a newborn's beard. Excellent. I'll inform those at the Imperative so they aren't too surprised when an automata starts appearing out of the blue. I suggest you make yourself known to Lothare, who owns the land. She's a regular at Clear Melt Springs, so try there first. Sounds like some meat and a grating is in order. I reckon it'll go a lot smoother if you're there to cover me in the likely event that I put my foot in it somehow. I'm autistic. I also put my foot in it. Good thing my character doesn't talk as much. I also have no bloody idea how to get there, so lead the way. B. Alright, this is out in Lakeland. Yep. Lake that land. Lado Lakes? Licky Lake Lakes? Mm-hmm. Lightly boiled woman. Okay. These hot springs look awfully hot. I'd go if I dip myself, but I'm worried my head would boil inside my helmet. Taking it off for first is out of the question, obviously. Yeah, with dwarves you can't beep boop. Abandoning the dwarf is the dwarf tradition is what happens when you take off your helmet. You've been banished. So this is a cleaner mount, eh? Funny name for a bunch of docks and a couple of pawns, if you ask me. More importantly, where's Lorith the person? She's slightly boiled back there. You! Old Crown, I'm looking for Letha. Do you know where she is? Call me Old Crown again and I'll rip that silly beard off and shove it down your throat, you mouthy little gobshite. What if it's Loritha you're after? You're looking at her. What do you want? Gobshite. Catalyst sent you, did she? If she thinks you're alright, that's good enough for me. So tell me, what are you planning to make in this workshop of yours? And don't go thinking you can press me with a load of technical jargon. I was an engineer myself, you know. I was going to modify this here automaton so we could transport goods and keep them safe from senators. Ah, you won't be transporting much of anything with those stubby little arms, let alone fending off attackers. Even if it could store goods in its torso, by the time it's done windmilling it into the bastards, all those wheels will be shaken into buggery. Good luck with that poor sods that'll have to sell that. Yeah, but the windmilling's the best part. Ronit, the old woman has a point, you know. Less of the old, or I'll give that beard of yours a scrub in the bath, with the rest of you still attached. So, we need to wait to carry as much as possible while striking the sin eaters from a distance. That's it. Everyone, gather round. We're gonna make a tank. I'm not joking. I remember that most clearly from when I played long ago. Look, it's white. It's so old. The ink's probably the only thing holding it together. It's a designs for the days before the flood. Brainchild of the Great Watts himself. The self-propelled transport device armed to the teeth. I call it the Rolling Tankard. The thick iron shells keep the cargo inside safe and sound. And while the cannon blasts any attackers to smithereens. What an amazing coincidence you had the perfect solution in your pocket the whole time, even before you knew what the problem was. Yay, jokes. This ain't coincidence. Ever since I found a bunch of blueprints in a tightly locked safe back when I was little, I've taken them with me wherever I go. Never knowing what ideas might come in handy. Or you might, drown in a pool. So we could read it again. Of course, I'm not just making one of those. Oh no, I'll make a bunch of them and send them all over Norvrent so everyone see how great the dwarving engineer really is. It's only but this only shows how it should look from the outside, with no mention of the inner workings. Are you sure you can pull this off? I bet my beard on it. And to be honest, dwarven technology has come a long way since Watt's time. Probably didn't design the insides because there's no way of actually making something like that back then. Luckily, we've got skills to bring Rot's idea to life. I have a prototype up and running in no time. Listen, Ronit, you're not the only one who knows how to swing a hammer around here. If we combine our efforts, it'll be ready before even sooner. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. I must say, it'd be interesting to see how this all turns out. I'll let you use my land, as long as you don't turn it into a smoldering crater. No promises. You have to get this, but if we to build a workshop, we'll need a few more pairs of hands. I'll head back to Torma and round up some volunteers. Hold it right there. If this place is going to be overrun with dwarves, at least give me some way to tell you apart. How do I mean to know who's who with your dress like that? Not sure you realize this, ma'am. But we dwarves don't exactly have extensive wardrobes. But in the interest of smooth running operations, I'll ask my friend Hermit if there's anything we could do. So much for helping. We're like bugger off back to Torma and leave poor Rodit here to do everything himself. But you're still here, so you can give me a hand instead. Let's go look at this plot of land, shall we? I am going through my drink so fast. Trying to keep my throat beat so sorry. Ah. Land used to belong to a relative of mine who moved to Crystarium to get away from the Sin Eaters. Since then, I've been at loss of what to do with it. It's not exactly inundated with potential tenants, as well you might imagine. I mean, I've gotten rid of all the... Well, I mean, the fact that there's a Sin Eater running around, Sin Eaters running around is kind of odd, being that I've destroyed... I mean, the only place that it should be of any, big amount is, in the deep undergrounds. Welcome to the workshop, or workshop to be, I suppose I call it. Either way, this is where Rot's vision will become a reality. Though I have to admit it's not going to be as easy as I made it out. Having you here does make the task seem less daunting, though. And even though I was a bit miffed the first year you were into crafting as well, stealing my thunder and all that, I'm glad we got something in common. You can lend me a hand between whatever the world your darkness does the rest of the time. It'll mean the world to me. So what do you say, Ishnai? Help me? Hold your own damn tanks. What the world now needs is tanks, sweet tanks. Of course I'll help. We won't regret this at a later time. Phew, I was worried you were going to say no for a moment there. Now let's make some tanks. Hiya, Mary! Before that, there are a few things we need to get in order. We'll get much done without a workshop. At least something resembling a workshop. If you're in the mood for helping, maybe you could rustle up some basic parts. I'll list everything I need. Anyone with a passing interest in metalworking should be able to manage, so I'm sure you'll be fine. And as another example of my incredible foresight, I already had the official method, Megatron, collect a lot of random, I mean, potentially useful materials on the way over. Should be enough. If you manage to burn up, don't worry, we got plenty of more. I'll be taking care of the rest of the preparation, so come and see me when you're done. Give me. All done, let's see what's about me then. I got to say, I wasn't expecting you to be this good. Quite this good. Not showing off, are you? Me and Mechatoad will take care of the rest, so you go put up your feet up for a bit. Don't want you taking overhead now. Color his beard and everything. There you are. Welcome to Rot's Anvil. The two of you did all this? I can't believe it. Is that you done it? I can hardly recognize you. Have you done something to your beard? No. Well spotted, correct. According to legend, Watts had a brown beard and white horns. Seeing as I'm his descendant, I thought I might follow suit. And thought of having my beard red, and therefore it suddenly became red. You aren't dyeing your hair. No, not at all. Not that I got a proper workshop. We get started. We get a prototype of the Rowan tankard. To tell the truth, I'm not used to having this sort of pressure, so they've got you and others here to do the heavy, essential tasks. So I'm sure everything will go as planned. Speaking of essential tasks, I'll be handling the supplies of various parts and whatnot, so come see me when you're ready to show us those skills of yours. Reddit and his fellow dwarves have thrown themselves wholeheartedly into the innocent prize, mainly providing trundling death machines for the needy. Of course! Military-industrial complex, let's go! Right, Namazu quest, and then the cosmic exploration things. Marshmallow fluff. I mean, they tend to get a lot of places. Stick to your hands. Alright, it has to be 60, so it's armor. Ishnai, once more would consult you on the festival matters. Issue of dire import. Stay right there. Excuse me. The parade was most delightful. So fun, it was almost scary. Yes, yes. I paraded with such enthusiasm that I even lost all sense of time, all awareness of day and night. When it came to, I was unconscious. That means you were still unconscious.
Hi, Rose!
I do not think that's how it works. No, no. See? Just imagine my shock when I saw my greatest grandshire before me once again. That's when I realized I was asleep, dreaming.
Hi, Bubbles!
And now we must endure several sentences worth of warnings regarding the inevitable annihilation of the Namazu, correct? Entirely lacking in plot development, each iteration of the story is no different from the last. Were this a work of fiction, I would hurl it into the nearest river. Oh goodness, calling this out.
Hi, Star!
However, it should never be claimed that Sixty the Lighten lacks foresight. Having observed these events repeat themselves once, I naturally prepared for another instance. Now, festivals are culture made manifest, as it posits in the Rise and Fall of Civilization, Volume 4. Its culture spreads. Cultural knowledge is disseminated via migration and commerce, and that knowledge takes root as new elements in foreign cultures. I see you're moving to interject, Goyson. Close your gaping maw for a few moments, and yes, I shall condense my conclusions into 3 sentences or fewer. Our forebears' festival took place here many hundreds of years ago. Contemporary nomads doubtless witnessed said event. They must have incorporated knowledge of it into their own cultures. Go forth, Goishin. Pay a visit to the Zela and learn what traditions they kept, and you may return with a wealth of ideas as to what our own festival lacks. Is it just me, or is enthusiasm a bit much? Anyways, I would very much like to call upon the Zela, but there is an issue of being skewered and being steamed into booze. Could you, though considerably less so if you accompany me. Yes, yes? Let's start with the least likely to skewer. Introduce me to the most friendly among the mole, and I'll inquire about their traditions.
Do, 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 do.
I actually, if I continue on, need to take more throat stuff. All the way up there. But like I said, I want to get these done because they're they're dailies, and I already have the rep up for them. And so I can continue on. Until next Sunday. And of course do the cosmic thing so I can get further on that. In my free time since I'm working on crafting. Because I hate myself. And then next week, according to how I'm feeling, I'm thinking of finishing up the trials, the fight thing. The trial fight, the heavyweight or whatever weight division it is now.
Hi, sweetie.
I feel quite awkward, most nervous under this lady's rapid gaze. Could it be love? No. Catfish booze. I can nearly taste it. Yeah, yeah, love. I wish that. What can I do for you? Is that so? I'll be glad to speak with you about our festival traditions, if you believe such knowledge might be of use to you. Our tribe, children of a certain age, participate in a ceremonial race through the grasslands on horseback. For nomadic people such as ourselves, horses are not only vital to our mobility and livelihood, they are like family. We tend to those dear companions with utmost care. The speed of these horses and the skill of the mole children who guide them. These are what we offer the gods. How we show our gratitude for the richness of the land we are so blessed to live upon. Would never expect a festival to take the form of a horse race. No, no. But it is most intriguing. Thank you for your insight. See the fish ride a horse. You're acquainted with the Orin. Yes, yes, to the Dawn Throne.
Hi, Kira! Thank you for being here!
And lurking and all this other stuff. And hi! I say as I continue to, thank you for the follow. I appreciate. As I continue to ruin my voice, even though I was sick. If you're wondering, I was sick to my stomach yesterday. That's the reason why I didn't stream. And throwing up and all that fun jazz. And here I am. At least trying to get this done. Because I like to torture myself. Yeah. Absolutely. And these are daily quests I want to get done. Well, leveling up the daily quests so I can do more daily quests. Oh, hi, little son. Rather feel unsettled, quite put off by this towering man's gaze. I hope he ate recently. Come to me, pay me your respects, have you? I hope you're not so foolish as to brought that bloated creature as a gift. Bitch, I am still the leader until you win over me. You believe that I can be of service to you? I suppose I can spare a few moments to enlighten you. You're just sitting here being an edgy lord. Sitting there. To enlighten you, though I do not expect you to comprehend the splendor and significance of, the tradition. Orinir's most sacred custom is a tournament in which we determine who among us is the most and least worthy to lead. It is a contest which pits brother against brother in the traditional art of Azam Boko. In this way, to demonstrate our strength to the tribe and to Father Azam. Were the opportunity to arise, Khan, I expect you would conduct yourself well in the tournament. The malformed fishman, however, would be put flat on his back in the space of a breath. Why, never. That sort of conduct will win you no friends, or will bring you any luck with the ladies. No, no. Yeah, I know, right? Still, I suppose you do divulge a tradition of some interest, so I'm grateful to you, a little. Not really. Sit down, little son. Oh, I'd like to speak to the Dothro before we return. It goes without saying that you must be there to prevent any towards consumption of my flesh. Yes, yes. Mommy! Mommy violence! Luck with the ladies? Posh. What does a fishman know of such matters? Nothing. Nothing at all. Sure. Do you have anything else to say? Ah, nothing. Nothing at all. Mommy, come here. Mommy Moon. Have you lovely Shidola. Little son.
Little son.
I feel quite alarmed, rather terrified by this lady's piercing gaze. I sense curious intent. She can scare me. You, this Conchulu is yours. Its vexing stare vexes me. You learn to live with it. I see. So they are the ones who claimed for this festival. They seek knowledge of our traditions for this end? Very well. They are no threat, so there is no risk. Damn. The Thothrol are warriors and hunters both. Those born into this world could not survive otherwise. Thus do we use archery to demonstrate to the Dusk Mother that we are worthy of her legacy. We loose arrows at distant targets as a contest of truest aim. That is our tradition, simple as it is. A festival like a game. How interesting. This has been most illuminating, yes? Yes. I think it's enough to moral. This isn't enough mortal peril for one day. The bitch, this is literally an hour. We have sufficient information to get started, so let's return to let's say. This has just been an hour for me in this game. Actually, it's 30 minutes. Not even that. 10 minutes of risky moral peril. Do more of that in a day. I made it. I'm showing good my alienness, intact state of my flesh. Cool.
I'm pleased to see you whole. Yes, yes. What did you learn?
Many, many things. Between horse races, Azimbuk, the archery, and Zayla's festivals are most competitive.
Quite fierce.
Unsurprising, given the nature of the Nam. Without structured competitions, I dare say the Zila would struggle to contain their base aggressive instincts. Damn! Sir! Their savagery would doubtless drive them to extinction, though be it through internal or external conflicts. I should like to indulge in further anthropological research, but I suppose your findings are sufficient for us to proceed. In essence, it seems that successful festivals involve engaging activities. We require many if we are to entertain all 777 participants.
Yes, yes, it would be quite the undertaking. A massive task requiring division of labor.
But Go Ray handles horse racing, you host the Azabuk tournament,
and myself and Ishnai will arrange archery.
We'll have 3 whole activities for Antinis to enjoy. As you wish, though I'm loath to deprive you of my insight, I must work from the pavilion with access to my research materials if I am to learn the rules of Azimbuk in their entirety, and advise you all to think twice or thrice of any ideas you have in my absence. Especially Goshen. Stairs. Rude. Anyways, you can craft a metal grip fit for a ceremonial bow. Yes, yes. I can have this stuff ready in all the materials in the crate in advance. Open with care. Simply turn what you have over to me when finished, and I'll complete the project most swiftly, with promptness. With gun. Where's the box? There's the box.
Where's the box?
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. we could use some sort of adhesive to affix them to the saddle. Oh, thank you for taking care of that. Goshen would handle the bow and arrow assembling. Bows and arrows require much more pieces than I expected. Yes, yes, I am pleased to have such a challenge. Thank you, thank you. I could craft a suitably ceremonial bow and arrows with this. I have also have something to show you. I constructed it while awaiting your return. It seems like you're instructing it now. A most sturdy yet intricate target at which to aim. You love it. Yes, yes. Your craftsmanship is impressive as always. Yes, yes. But should it not stand up? I suppose I was absorbed in the design and completely utterly forgot to make a stand. Yes, yes? Goshen, it has never occurred to you that your difficulties are of your own making? Honestly, it would be more efficient to employ you to hold the target. I do not trust your motive for making that suggestion. No, no. I assure you, your concern is unfounded. We need but assign the infallible Ishnai the role of markswoman when you emerged uninjured. Yes, yes, I dare say. I do, but bow and arrow stuff. Assume your positions, Ishnai. You may collect the ceremonial bow and arrow from Gore behind the pavilion. Yes, yes. Good thing I'm like not a level 100, you know, bard. You'll care not to hit me. Yes, yes, you promise? Do you swear? I swear on the gods that I killed. Oh, wait. Perfect cure for Goshen's carelessness. Yes, yes. You must full of cares now. Your ceremonial bow and arrow. Take aim at the target Goshen holds and fire away. Avoid accidents. Oh. Well, maybe you should, when you jump up there... There is most piercing. Kind of quality craftsmanship. Yes, gurgle, gurgle. Again! I need confidence you need to get hang of it with another shot or two. Shame. Wow, your aim is dead on. Impeccable. Can I leave now? Proud of how you handled that bow. Yes, yes. Same. Being on the business end of an arrow has never been an inspiration of mine. Not one of my goals in life. No, no. Still, I'm quite confident that we are prepared to host archery contests like the frightening Lothal lady described. Attendees will be delighted with the complete and total accuracy of our reproduction. Yes, yes. Let's see if the other two activities are ready. Sounds like they aren't. They got to throw to actually help. Pretty horses. Working side by side with the Namazu, you successfully incorporated Zayla traditions into the festival. Horse racing as and archery competition are open to attendees. In 7 years, the Namazu were fated to become primary source of substance for the starving Zayla, who would face food shortages after a fierce cold snap. Many would have died. However, continuous practice of nomadic traditions over the course of 7 years will promote a mutual understanding between the Namazu and Azela, averting the slaughter. In other words, they can fucking fight back. Unbeknownst to all, the Namazu were spared a grievous tragedy that could have consumed them. And their fate has changed for the better. Okay. Fish the fly. Fly that fishy. Oh, nope. Let's see what. Now let's do the cosmic thing. I kept on forgetting that I really wanted to do that. Get further in that. Driving away. Sinus. And then we'll get moving off this if it lets me. I'll do it next. I'm grateful for your dedication to running to and fro on the innocent individual's behalf. Ishnai, you've got an eye full of the train, only a metaphorical sense, I hope. While I'm working, I hardly notice the shards piercing my tender flesh. Fear not, I've yet to be impaled. I must say, the sheen of this land borders on the blinding. Had I known, I might have asked Driving Way for one of their manifold pairs of sunglasses. Welcome back, Naming Way. From what I've read reports on my exo tablet, you were certainly wasted no time crafting nomenclature for Venus. Penis. I confess, it has been a spectacular challenge to name an entire star from top to bottom, and maintain an unifying theme besides, but at last my work is done. Don't go putting your feet up just yet, my friend. This is only our first destination. Yes, of course. Rest assured, I shan't let my dictionaries gather dust. You know, Ishnai, I did so enjoy our tour of Zaba. Would you join me for a jaunt? Doubtless you're keen to hear what Nemingway is cooked up. Hop on to it. I'll be here when I return. I did run around and pick up all the teleportation stuff. Locations, so... Let's begin the tour here at camp. Work our way to the grotto. Grotto. Our scholars theorized that long ago, a vein of hot melted glass carved out this cavern before being driven back by geothermal fluctuations. As the main flow receded, what left behind were deposits of molten silicates, which hardened into twisted shapes you see before you. For its resemblance to glass produced by lamp workers, the substance here shall henceforth be known as lamp melt marble. We have no shortage of outcroppings here if you ever wish to take a closer look. It's no ordinary stained glass, but glass, crafted from lustrous materials unique to the star. Not only is aesthetically pleasing, it can endure charged showers without suffering a single scratch, all while converting light into energy. Incredible, is it not? The natural resources have provided tremendously valuable for their versatility. Versatility. You were truly fortunate to find such an expansive formation to shelter us from the harsh climate. Curious, isn't it, that something as delicate as glass could become both deadly and a threat and a stalwart shield? This puts me in mind of a grafter's work, a vessel bespeaking both beauty and strength. That's why I call it the glass-blown grotto, you see. Within it, the primordial flame in which we gather to sculpt our own marvels. However fragile the works of man and Loprit might be, a glass blower's beacon. This is far from the only spectacle this land has to offer. Let us venture westward to that most ponderous of streams. And I still don't have a teleport for that. Fine. No. Zoom zoom. Zoom zoom down there. Zoom zoom right over there. Where? Millie 40. I love the change that they made to running. The translucent blue stream is a soda lime. I don't see that as a lime color, though. Maybe in the sunlight. Flowing ever so slowly southwards towards Milleflore. Despite the appetizing name, however, I cannot recommend drinking it. In terms of chemical composition, the water itself is essentially glass. Similarly, should you try to consume its fish, you shall find yourself not but a pale glass of pescator. These impestacores, if you will, sus, are in fact silicate globes animated by the dense aether flowing beneath. As a matter of fact, we've yet to discover any true animals on this star, only golems and other arcane entities. Hey, Arath! The impestacores themselves are difficult to categorize with confidence. Are they spirits? Elementals? Their very existence is a reminder of the vastness of nature and the infinity of our infantility of our own understanding. Okay, I guess right now. I mean, comparatively speaking, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm ruining my voice currently. I did the Moogle voice earlier, and I needed to do the Moogle voice because I'm contractually obligated to do Moogle voice whenever there's Moogles, but I also still regret it. Those are merely easy names. Now, say we heat things up in Southward I go. Look, I am here to disappoint people when it comes to torturing myself, so... Right. Why aren't you letting me... Do I have to be at a certain point to... Okay, fine. what was the point of me getting those waypoints if I can't? Unless I go straight back here and then I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Or not. Didn't realize I hadn't attuned to it. Look, I am my own worst enemy. Behold the onyx ridge rising high above the fluorescent expanse, fusing wave vent. The heat in this area is sufficient to melt glass, as the abundance of silicate magma attests, hence the name. Temperature fluctuation in the crater and its perfect common liquid for magma to emerge from an apparently cooled crust. Do watch where you step. I should hate to see you lose your favorite boots, or your favorite feet for that matter. Jokes aside, I do hope you're enjoying the tour this far, Ishnai. Our next offers the most spectacular scenery at all. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Get on that. Don't get on that. How many worlds for the Cosmic Exploration? Okay, so we have one more before getting to the newest one. I hope they don't make me have to do tasks there, because the other one was due. Spelling event cannot be skipped. The view is magnificent, you must concede. A repet with features right for the naming besides. Naturally, I've given great thought to the term for each and every site before you. You needn't hesitate to ask. Just as we have yet discovered creature here's that fall within our common definition, so do the floras seem to our eyes to exist just outside our understanding of what constitutes plant life. This tempered oak is one of the species. The explosive spikes convert sunlight into energy. I bet through processes have yet to begun to fathom. Okay, hydrated. We know still less about how the spikes form. There's some significance to them being both branch and leaf. You must assume there's some connection to the tree's unique harrowing environment. Ah, you see, you're appreciating flowers of the marine. It's not how lovely, how delicate the flowers almost resemble lace. At a glance, one would think them handcrafted. I assure you, each bloom has pollen and seed like any other species. How then do they reproduce without the assistance of mammals? You can only assume the poor deers are entirely dependent upon strong gusts of wind. Isn't it breathtaking how the staircase of color descends from here? It is precisely that rainbow in which the Iridized rise to derives its title. Our scholars estimate that this region was once home to a string of small ponds, each filled with liquid glass. As the temperatures fell, they gradually solidified. Incrementally, the different colors would seem to have indicate variations on the sediments between the individual ponds. Ah, bliss. We Loprits so do love our rainbows. Tree with purple canopy? Rather resembling a fungus from Wedding Way's bower, doesn't it? But it is in fact a tree, after a fashion. It would perhaps be a cousin of the... I see, had not been made of glass plate atop a glass cane. I've termed, the display Asenia. I'm slaughtering these names. Our naturalists believe this unique shape may have evolved to means to protect its soft, malleable bark from showers. Research is still ongoing. Seeming the last blown bloom. Has the faceted grass caught your eyes? On Aetheris, it is unheard of for naturally occurring crystals to take identical shapes, but these plants defy conventional reason. Our Charlene scholars posit that it's an effect of the star's unique ethereal properties. The topic has sparked lively debate within the fields of botany and aetherology. You've taken all the sights, Ishnai. If you've not, you're more than welcome to linger a little longer. Did I get all of them? Certainly. Okay, yes, I have. Cool. Yeah, thank you. I feel enriched indeed. I'm delighted that it has. Why your keen eyes alit upon all my newly designated little darlings. You know, Ishnai, I expected the Sea of Stars to have no shortage of novelties, but I never dreamed our first destination would be so very unlike Aetheris. Here, something so mundane as glass has the power to surprise us. Each new discovery is more intriguing than the last. My mind fills with questions. Whence came the strange shapes, the colors, the sounds? Why these and none others? Glimpses of a design so grand, I will never see the whole of it, even with a lifespan as lengthy as mine own. But someday, somehow, someone will know the shape of it. They'll follow in our footsteps, cradling the fragile things we leave behind. The more time I spend, the more I feel that this path is the path Heidelin wished for her children to walk. In the end, you and I are take but one step, but the journey doesn't belong to us alone. Perhaps we should chart a course back to Searching Way before aught else. We have kept him waiting long enough. Welcome back, you two. Do you have a long, riveting discussion about the geography? It's positively scintillating. Together we ruminated on the many glass... Get out your thesaurus, y'all. I know what some of these are. It's just not how... Scintillating. Trying to remember how to properly say them. Discoveries on the teams made thus far. Glad to hear it. Yet I dare say your tour isn't complete without a visit to our crowning achievement. Our crowning achievement, does that mean... It does, presenting the stelloscope. Scalescope. The Scopy scale. That looks just similar to what we were looking at before. It's even grander than the Observatorium in Corthus. Using the stelloscope, we've already sighted several more stars possessed of aether in abundance. Stars I can show you right now. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Charge! Let me press a few buttons here. Stunning, nay, stupendous. Stunning way. Each glimmer you see contains a myriad of possibilities, and we're going to explore them to the last. Is that how many cosmic worlds we're going to? This place is breathtaking enough. I can scarcely imagine what else is out there waiting for us. We won't know without further analysis, but if there's a celestial current strong enough, we may yet find new life, new civilizations. Granted, I've heard the stories of Melatonin's journey and the many stars she watched fall into despair. Yes, I myself learned of it not long after we first brought into the initiative, a most lamentable tale. You were there at the edge of existence, were you not, Ishnai? No. Pray, tell us precisely did you see? Memories of the long dead. Yes! I have been calling her Melatonin the entire goddamn time. Even through the playthrough. The mere thought of it is heartrending. I know it's Meteon. You have been here long enough for when I was going through Endwalker. You were there! With me! You were there! When I beat Xenos, I was at the end! But regardless of what others have seen, I still wish to make the journey, to grieve what was lost, and find my own meaning in it. He wanted it, and I gave him what he wanted. We do not owe it to our fellow life forms to hold on to the hope to the last. What if they are out there? Suffice to say, our research teams have already debated the merits of correspondence versus non-interference. A test of your reflexes, then. Searching for sparks of hope amid the darkness of despair. How poetic. Yes. You bet it, because if he wasn't going to fight us, he was going to fuck us. That's how it was. Use the telescope to comb every ilm of the horizon in search of our next galactic foothold. The ideal candidate will be cocooned in the celestial currents, inhospitable to more than just plant-ish things. With luck, we'll find what we're searching for. I'll be in touch once we're settled in the coordinates. Until then, there's work to be done. Oh, yeah, work. Oh, I do have to. But I have created finished 50, so... Fully much more. Ishnai, I'm so glad to have caught you. I did not leave. Recognize the giddy gleam in your eyes, searching ways at time. Got it in one. As you know, we've been using the telescope to scan for our next destination. And that star shall be? RG 4-6. Not again. These insipid professional titles are an affront to my very being. Well, they also do that in regular space things, too. After all, I've read enough space, articles. There's one that I was thinking about maybe getting on and reading. But of course, not right now since I was sick and my voice. That are more recent stuff for space. Then you need only heed the call of the initiative, my friend. What awaits are not only resources in abundance, but an entire civilization. The remains of one, at least. We may one day learn what names they bestowed upon their works, but until then, we may have need of your talents than ever before. An advance party is securing a safe location for our newest base as we speak. So what do you say to another leap to the great unnamed? In search of fitting appellations are not only for the star, but for cultural legacies upon it?
It's going well!
Sorry, my mind had a moment.
KY? Kentucky Fried Jelly? Yeah, haha.
In search of appellations. Okay. Grand undertaking gets grander by the day. It's always having. Look, I am sick. It's going to have a long bit of moments where I don't remember what words are. It's grown far beyond what we Loporits could hope to achieve alone. Your skills and expertise, Ishnai will doubtless prove indispensable in our quest for understanding. Come along, we'll delve into the mysteries of the new star together. Oh yeah, I was really projectile vomiting yesterday. The Galactic Way. Then we'll have good captain show us aboard. Yeah, I definitely have taken some medicine to have me have a voice right now. I always look forward to naming Way working as word magic. I shall never forget the moment I first laid eyes upon this. Imagine what next star will have in store. Always a pleasure to see you, Ishnai. Wink. Here's another ride. I have a harem and you're not a part of it. Engines are warmed up for you if you care to follow me. Then I'll make it so. Thank you, Picard. Hold on tight. All passengers rating and welling. We recorded some unusual gravity readings at the destination, so I suggest you prepare for a rocky landing. I mean, I've had worse. One where Thranka didn't survive. That's fine, we brought him back. Spoilers. Routing engine output to anti-gravity thrustals. Ignition liftoff.
Let's go, let's go.
Aligned with stellar current. Coordinate set for RG 46-6. Galactic Way engage. Ringy, ringy. Yeah, I was about to say, the fact that those rings are different ways around it means that, yeah, the gravity's kind of fucked. Cosmo Hopper disengaged. Another smooth ride, if I do say so myself. Thus far, at any rate. Would you look at that? After all, what creates the rings is the gravity of the host planet. Because it's... Nerd. Yes. It's the Halo exactly. All that bedrock jettisoned in the atmosphere as if the star was turned toward a part. Part. Yet it endures, even bearing the scars of its suffering. Oh, is Ozzy Osbourne. Got it. Ozempic. Interesting music. Oz, you're very... Oz. Or just calls it Oz. Oh, come on, Ozempic works. Your very face like into a wound that cannot heal. Never before my heart has ached so ardently when devising a name. These ruins are largest we've ever recorded on Ozempic so far. Is that what we're calling it then? Les, are you acquainted with my friend here? It's that Ciarfox, I presume. Yes, Mr. Livingway. I mean, Livingston. I presume. I heard tell of you, an indispensable asset to the initiative. I am Dai as the editor of the Bibliotheca Historica and the Numeron, specialized in the comparative study of civilizations. Given that archaeological sites perforate the star, I thought to offer the initiative my expertise. So you're also a nerd. I mean, I should expect it. And we're ever so grateful to have her at the helm of our research efforts. Look forward to working closely with you and the other fine adventurers here. We are currently in the midst of evaluating what we've discovered. While we found no intelligent life lingering amidst the ruins, there are flora, fauna, and minerals in abundance. The density of the aether across the star and its instability are also noteworthy. These ethereal conditions have resulted in a gravitational anomaly such as the one you see above. It hangs like a moon, the intensity of its pull waxing and waning irregularly. To approach it is reckless at best. I have a location we're immediately going. Waxing strongly enough to pull a loperate screaming into the sky? Videos. You will be reassured to hear that the studium specialists have augmented the rainbow crystal with the gravitational magic to counterbalance the environmental effects at play. That said, the effects are not truly negated, however only mitigated. Be mindful of the objects around you, as they may float or fall unexpectedly. Fucking dodge. Yet, in spite of all this, the civilization once flourished here. The structures we found are proof of that. Structures with little architectural variation, nor ought suggest they were constructed over a span of greater than a generation. I'm inclined to see them as a part of an outpost not unlike our own. Do you think it might be the Omnicrons, then? I believe I catch your meaning. Could their architects come from another planet, just as we have? Evidence suggests as much. The sheer scale of it indicates it was more than just a mere base of operations for exploration. The question we must ask is why build a colony here? For what purpose did these visitors come, and whence? You know, colonization just happens because they want materials, usually. Not to mention the looming issue of why they are no longer here. The more we learn, the more mysteries about... It's because of melatonin. Just think, Ishnai. What started as my humble curiosity has led us all the way here, to the discovery of an unknown civilization. Who were these people, and what tragedy befell them? These burning questions deserve answers. But to find them, the initiative must leave no stone from... Do what you can to lend a paw here on, annoying wolf over here. Osmant this wine, and I'll keep you appraised of any major developments. This world is going to keep getting names. Likewise, I shall be in touch via exotablet or any other intermediary. Time to roll up the proverbial sleeves. Any stone you turn, I shall name. What if I want to name it? Ever think of that? Alright, Zomic. This crater stuff, yeah. Nothing can bring it... Yeah, nothing can bring it down. Not even gravity. Defy gravity. I'm not gonna sing. Yes, you've explored Ozempic to your liking, then. Or perhaps more with the spontaneous gravity shifts. I have not left the base. I've been up, down, all over the place. You know, up and down, baby. Up. Okay. But it did say up, too. Hello, my friends. I'm pleased to report the appellations have been assigned to most everything, with nary a gravitational mishap besides. Fantastic work as always, Naming Way. With each new star we reach, your nuanced nomenclature becomes more and more essential to the initiative. I truly had my work cut out for me this time, running after ruin after nameless ruin, all built by a nameless culture. Naturally, this necessitated a novel approach. Come to think of it, your nomenclature takes on a distinctive theme in each place we go. It must be terribly troublesome to accomplish. I mean, if you have a thesaurus, it's not as bad. How sweet of you to notice. It's my fondest hope that everyone in the initiative comes to appreciate each star's unique characteristics, so I do try to do my part in highlighting them. How about it, Ishnai? Might you be interested in learning how I've chosen to characterize our dear, despoiled, Ozempic? Knowing Nemingway, he's been toiling in anticipation for this very opportunity. Go on, then. Try not to get too caught up. I might actually do 50 missions, or as many missions as I can, so that I can get to the next location. You ready for today's terrific tour? We'll start with terra firma. Is it as firma as you say it? No clue. I mean, they're considered beast tribe, a part of the beast tribe thing. So they're probably never going to, because they don't do any of the beast tribe stuff. Megalith marble. You remember the lamp melt marble we utilized on Venus? This new stone is a similar vein, but it was developed by our team for terra firma. Begins the question, why does such a skyborn rock merely float in place? There has to be a natural counterbalance at play. So we started digging. The ore we found below can be used as a shield, a shield against both gravitational and magnetic. So we grounded it to make a marble you see on the panels just here. Nerd. But yeah, I'll probably push so that we can be able to rock hollow homes. We believe that many voyagers once made their homes here. Quite literally, each domicile appears to have carved out a single native boulder by arcane means. Thus we call them rock hollow homes. Could be those, like, the things that gave up their body, too, but... I don't remember the designs of their homes. And I haven't run through that one that Melatonin had that was just a dungeon more than once. They lie empty now, they still have much to tell us of their inhabitants, who may have been no taller than the people of Atheris. Eris. The ears. They're reals. Bad joke. I know. Our base of operations is nestled within the Megalothos, a once great city of stone. Even though the family dwellings are clustered here, as well as the ruins we found, there must have been a vibrant, bustling community. Granted, it has a different identity then, even where different continents lack when the anomalies tore it asunder. And how I am to describe a place I've never known. Well, we kind of make it like a tomb with the obelisk part. Well, also, obelisk isn't. I'll shut up. The moment searching waves told us of the star, I feared any name I could give it will always be inferior to its true one. That was arrogant. Of course, I could never replace the name it once had. And who would ask me to? Atheris isn't gone, no matter how many times it's changed in the face of it. Yet many of you never known any home but Heidelin. Neither truth makes it the other any less true. Osmanthus wine can mean something now. It doesn't have to be more than that. Do more than that. And if we one day come to know the star's other name, well, it can have both. Uh, that has to be better than labeling it RG6-4 at the very least. Now let us embark on a journey of appreciation for all this star has to offer. Let me at least. A tuna fish. A tuna jokey. A tuna bad joke. I tell a bad joke. Oh, definitely. They, of course, love torturing me at this rate. Oh, you don't like my tuna fish jokes. You don't like my ton of tuna. Shame. Ah, he does like dad jokes. Two towering stone projections lead towards the firmament, almost as if to taunt nature itself. See how the shielding wall to the west is positioned directly between the megalotholus and the anomaly? We believe this has kept the region's ruins comparatively undamaged, hence the name. And now you know that we ourselves are protected by more than just the rainbow crystal's power. Are we being protected by Serenity? Neo-Serenity? That word. As for what lies beyond the falsifying wall, to the east is nothing but a wasteland. For that reason, I did see fit to give it a name of a predator. A pretender. Next, we shall pay a visit to what may be the most captivating place on, I'm already forgetting the names. Ozempic. I hope you're excited. Zoom! Did I go the wrong direction? I went the fucking wrong direction. Ah! Well, back and forth, baby. Back and forth. Whee! I don't know if that's a stop-off point right there. Let's see. Okay, looks like it. What, don't like us lore nerds? I currently, because I want to get to that crafting point, I kind of actually agree with you there, but that's just because my voice is sore. And this feels like one of those things of, you know, you could just have it in... kind of like in side quest kind of thing information. I call this mountain the unmoored anchor. though the resemblance is more metaphorical than physical. With a bit of help from our gravitational generators, it connects stones of the Shade Fleet to more solid ground, despite being quite adrift itself. Speaking of the sea, huh, to the south sprawls the magnetic horizon. I assure you that name is more than a mere poetic license. Yeah, kind of like how they were bitched out about. I mean, I didn't mind it as much, but I had reached the point where I understood where other people were coming from with the Dawn Trail quest. Is it's the side quest that's supposed to meet out the world. You know, add meat to the bones, but the main story is the bones. I assure you that that name is more than mere poetic license. Only by gracing the water's own magnetic properties do we find the sky less full of sea than it is stones. I mean, we're eventually going to go through and do all the. I mean, we did some of the side quests already in Gridania and stuff. Not in the outer areas of Gridania, but we're slowly working our way out. Only by the grace. Okay. Can you imagine what would happen if a living Loporrit were to fall in? On second thought, I shan't speculate. Now let us cross over to the Shade Fleet. Get a closer look at the star's most fearsome feature. Oh, the most fearsome feature is not me? I feel offended. I mean, like I said, as a lore person, I'm fine with it, but like I said, Dawn Trail actually hit a point where I could understand where non-lore people were coming from. Like, say, tribe quests, for instance. Those often, really, like, the lead up to the dwarf thing that we just did. Or at least make it a blue quest, but not a required quest, kind of thing. All events cannot be skipped. Did you catch sight of the terra firma growing smaller as we made our way up? It struck me that at this altitude, a sufficiently stiff breeze is as much of a danger as any anomaly. But put that from your mind for now. Tell me what else catches your eye. Turn way over. Twisted tree. Behold, the crooked cedar, wrapped by gravity right down to the roots. Evidently, the anomalies fluctuate faintly, and some of the branches are forced to grow towards the nearest sphere. Others are free to seek the sun. A few saplings will be exported to Aetheris to observe their growth under normal conditions. I expect they'll grow straight. See how these blooms share their splendor with the sun? That's why I call them Silberelia. Their lofty positions that cause their leaves to grow larger than typical, so they now resemble petals in their own right. Though Shade Fleet's soil has few nutrients and limited capacity to retain water, these hardy plants have only become bigger and brighter. I do admire their spirit. Buoyant tentacle lump. Yeah, I mean, that name fits, yeah. It does. That puffed up plant is kiting polyp, named for both its resemblance to the noble octopus and its ability to remain gently afloat. It floats in place, impervious to the whims of gravity spheres, seemingly unaided by roots or vines. They call it a botanical marvel. Yet there must be some unseen connection to the soil, a force still greater than etheric corruption. Through scientific study, we intend to find it. Might be I'm joking. Dynamis. These land masses were once part of the lithosphere, but Ozempic's own gravity has the strength to contend with an anomaly's effects on them. Perhaps they would have been more easily tempted downward if it were not for the riddled with the striations of indigo, which have been proven to be less dense than the surrounding stones. Or perhaps not. These details are best left to the mathematically inclined. In any case, similar ores found all across Ozempic, untouched at that. The Voyagers seem to have no use for it, despite its beauty. As you recall, the imposters, I'm just gonna call it that, in the fox floor of Venus, these pseudo-stones, as I call them, are arguably of similar nature. Their idle mid-air posture rather calls to mind an Earth sprite prior to its awakening. This star is yet to give rise to its own intelligent life. I mean, it did. It killed itself, but it did. Well, no, it was a colony, excuse me. It may have one day it will spark from the flame power contained in these stones. True. I still haven't really touched the crafting ones, really, or anything. Have you spotted the yellow-green sparkles? That's Ozempic jasper. That crystal is proving highly sensitive to etheric stimuli. In fact, I hear is expertly utilized in the restoration of the desert burrow. The U known at the terra firma is made of this jasper as well. Voyagers unearthed some truly spectacular specimens. It is not strange that we ourselves have only found it here on Shadefleet, or all the other veins depleted, or it's something to do with the anomaly nearby. Oh. I almost missed that arrow. The menacing orb you see before you is but one of many gravitational anomalies that affect Ozempic. We know not how they came to be, but the star's ether is in some way corrupted, and not an occurrence, mayhap. Some have proposed using gravitational magic to resolve the imbalance, but the finer points of this plan have yet to materialize. Yep, we're finished. I have my fullest fill of delightful. Glad for my part, I have enjoyed this academic tour. Navigating this star's treacherous terrain has given me much to think about, too. As before, my mind is drawn to the past. Just as the people of Heidelin came to know the meaning of Aetheris, I should one day like to see Ozempic as our predecessors knew her. Yeah, I'm surprised, too. That I made it 3 hours. How I wish the Voyagers were still here, that they might tell us not only their chosen nomenclature, but how it felt upon their tongues and in their hearts. Yes, on their tongues. I see the opportunity I missed, wandering Aetheris those 100 years. All that time I worked from the shadows, speaking to but a scant few tenuous acquaintances. I was convinced my means of study was superlative. How much more could I have learned had I thought to know you through your own words? That time of Solidarity's struggle is long past, as are the final days, owing to you and yours. Far more important is what I can achieve now. I joined this initiative in pursuit of a new dream, and I intend to see it through. Each and every discovery shall receive my very best, whether I'm giving it its first name or its 100th. So I need to be able to look upon my contributions with pride. Oh, I'm rambling, aren't I? I've kept serping away once again. Yep, I know, right? I mean, as much as I always say, you know, I'm gonna make this a short one, it tends to be a lie, even while I'm sick. Rabbit has fainted. Touring Duo returns. Did Naming Way get the chance to recount his naming expetades here on Osmanthus Wine? Indeed, together we scoured the land for all its most tragically beautiful vistas. Excellent. While you're away, I received reports that a significant progress has been made to restore Tell me what they discovered. Good question. Dallas is on site as we speak. Shall we go find out? Well, you're about to get a whole bunch more, by the way, as a warning. Your timing is impeccable. For the data transfer from Desert Burrow is just concluded. If all goes to plan, we'll gain control of this thing any moment. What is the meaning of this? A swirly, sparkling spectacle? Is it some sort of record the Voyagers left behind? Strange. The pattern of light resembles the layout of star system RG-4. In which case, the curved line would suggest a trajectory. Could this be the navigational chart, one designed for using each star's orbital plane as a mean of acceleration? You would not think about that, ever? Seriously? You have evidence enough of the Voyager's prowess with gravitational magics to place it firmly within the realm of probability, which could mean the Voyagers left the star of their own volition. Perhaps, but were they escaping? By the looks of these coordinates, their starship must have departed at high velocity. To achieve this flight path with gravitational magic would necessitate a spell of considerable scale, even for the smallest vessel. Did they use the planet as a... Yeah, I have, like, one at 70 right now, and, like, all my of the land is at 70. Spell of considerable scale. Or they repeat the process to facilitate regular travel. The gravity of the very star would suffice, would it not? A stronger theory that the research team have managed to come up with. I'll see who can recruit for further analysis of this data. Nerd. The Venus observation team should hear this too. Maybe we should work out precisely where the Voyagers were headed. Then we're going after them? Nerds. You bet your carrots we're going after them. We make contact with their descendants? It'd be initiative's greatest hop yet. For that reason, I have the whole crew pivot data to data analysis. As soon as we have our next coordinates, you'll be the first to know. Oh, definitely. Because when the time comes, I want you both on board with me. I don't have a choice, do I? I haven't touched, really, the culinary one. Oh. Graceful. Well, it's gonna let me go. Though subtlety has never been searching with strong suit, the tiny vibrates with a frequency that suggests he's fit to bursting with news. Oh no. Alright. What gave me away this time? The restless fidgeting, I suppose? Seeing you in that state, I can only assume one thing. Indeed, owing to all the tireless efforts of our research team, our next coordinates are set. After careful analysis, I haven't done 50, by the way, of any of the ones. The 50 on any of the planets, so we're gonna have to go through, and I have to go through and do 50 on each of the planets before we probably come back to this. The villagers' navigational charts, we determined our next destination shall be EG-19. Ugh, I knew it was coming. It still grates on my poor ears. I shall amend the insipid designation at once. By all means, friends. And by all means, I will fucking ruin it. I was told that compared to Ozempic, this new star bears more overt traces of the Voyager habitation. This time we refine our understanding of their culture, and if we're lucky, make contact with some living descendants. Well then, whatever are we waiting for? Oh, that's so cute. Come along, Ishnai. We set forth in the new frontier, the cosmic exploration of Yeah, I keep calling the... I will ruin the names of these names. Kind of like how I call Medion melatonin. I'm not creative. There's no telling what waits at EG 1-9. What tools we now have at our disposal, I just know we'll find something incredible. Once we've all made ready, I shall summon the good Captain Cruising Way, and we have her... I mean... Especially I was doing for the Tails thing, I kept on ruining their names. I failed phonics. I'm not good with phonics. I'm not good with phonics for other languages either. So, if I'm gonna fuck up English, I might as well fuck up everything else. We meet again, Ishnai. It'll always be a pleasure to be your captain. You're not a part of my harem. Tell me, darling, are you prepared to heat things up? I'm gonna go get some ice water to splash on you. To EG 1-9 then. Make yourself comfortable and enjoy the ride. All passengers ready and willing. For better or for worse, our designation is teeming with aether. There's no telling what arises from the primordial boon, so we should exercise all due caution. Routing engine output to anti-gravity fuzz. Thrust ignition and liftoff. Aligned with stellar current, coordinate set for EG 1-9, Galactic Way. Engage. Make it so. You'd think I'd learned by now to keep my eyes shut. Cosmo Hopper disengaged. Smooth as carrot juice, wouldn't you say? I know, right? Breathtaking. Huh. Near the whole, stars covered in trees, and among them a metropolis. More than a subtle hint of a habitat. Indeed. Would that I could trace the Voyager's footsteps to learn of their lives they led under those verdant canopies. Okay, I need to figure out what auxiliary power. I know not what they named this realm of eternal spring, but we shall call it auxiliary. Or we could go... Zestia. Exius. Nope, I like auxiliary. We are here at EG 1-9, henceforth known as Auxiliary. As you can see, we've constructed our Cosmoport in the heart of the ruins. By the looks of it, some generations of Voyagers may have used this world for the very same purpose. Excellent. I was waiting for you lot to come and grant this star a proper name. Well, met, Dialis. Hard at work already, I hear? And that work will proceed at more swiftly a pace for Ishnai's presence. I mean, I didn't do shit on all the other ones. As before, I am to lead research teams here on Auxiliary. I expect we'll cross paths on expeditions ahead. Or we won't. Who knows? What news from your preliminary surveys? The liberal use of pruning shears. We've uncovered the urban ruins with arcane architecture unlike aught recorded thus far. Whereas the structures on Ozempic were built through the simple repositioning of stone, these were all but sculpted from flora. You can hear heard the theory of the star being the Voyager's homeland. Well, having seen its sophistication for itself, I may well have to ascribe. Yet the city appears to be abandoned for quite some time. We've seen ought to bolster our hopes that the descendants of those who left Ozempic remain. Did they die out, or there's more to this tale that meets the eye? They're Transformers, that's why. If Osmanthus wine and its herda are any indication, our answers await deep within the ruins. Like it is not, but have care in exploring. Whatever magic maintains the city is still active in some form. The periodic petal showers, for instance, appear to accelerate decomposition by means of greater microbial activity. Fun! They were separating foreign matter from those easily incorporated in the sediment. Oh, given our nature, I imagine we Loporrits fall into the foreign matter category. I should hate to be, separated in a more forceful fashion. Wander with the utmost care, and be sure to report any hints you discover as to the Voyager's fate. There remains a multiple possibilities to explore. I shan't rest ere we reach a satisfactory conclusion. I dare say there are no few remissions ahead of you, Ishnai. There always is. But do remember to check your Exo tablet for progress reports. And my messages, lest I send commanding way to fetch you directly. Please, please no. Now then, duty calls. Likewise, I despise no shortage of nameless novelties. I'll see you anon, Ishnai. What was it? Auxiliary. Cool. And this is the last place we are, right? Film outlined. Oh. Already? Damn. How soon are they going to release another one? Anyways, I will wait for that later. I can't keep taking this medicine to keep my voice going. That's just hurting my voice for more. Best thing it needs is rest, and I don't have stream tomorrow. So. Alright, y'all. This was Ishnai Ciarfox. I hope you have a good day or night, whenever it is, wherever it is you currently are, if you're watching this on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and comment. We're waiting out for once, I say.